Martin is with us as well. UConn, another challenge this week against the Wyoming team that's 3-0. That's fun to watch, that it's endured its close calls this year. But here they are, ready, a chance with a win.
1-0 essential for, really being a much better team.
Oh, Wyoming, their first two games, they won by a combined 10 points. That's why, Randy, they're the Cardiac Cowboys led by Sean Chambers.
I love watching Sean Chambers on tape. He's a kid that's had some injuries in the past, but it's really coming back. He's adding the running part of the game even more and more right now.
Teams going back to North of the season has been at the quarterback position. 3 different starting quarterbacks, but as we look at our Home Depot Duke Project Smarter, the Huskies may be onto something after the Army loss with the freshman Tyler Pomachan.
Yeah, Pomachan is doing a really nice job of sort of sparking this offense. Does he complete a huge number of passes? Yeah, he's got to improve on that. But he's hitting some that he tries, and he's also taking the ball and pulling it down. And man, can this kid go with it. One
over for Randy Edsall after a Week 2 loss against Holy Cross. 3rd game for Spanos as the Huskies interim head coach. For more on this one, let's go down to the sideline and say hello to Josh Martin. Josh.
Much success, hands inside instead of outside to avoid holding penalties that negate big plays on offense. If UConn's going to win this game, they need to focus on the details against a more experienced and veteran Wyoming football team.
All right, Josh, thanks. And there is the true freshman from Stratford, Connecticut, guiding the Huskies into this one for their first ever meeting against Wyoming. Long trip from Laramie, Wyoming. The Cowboys, their first game in the Eastern time zone since 2016. That was when Josh Allen was quarterback against Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, for UConn, I had some experience playing on truly bad teams. A couple of 2-14 pro teams and like a 2-9 team at UCLA. It's something you've got to really believe the stuff your coaches are telling you, and there's no reason or no way to believe it until you see it on the field. It's sort of a catch-22, but you got to keep committed and keep grinding. That's going to be the key for UConn.
Oh, Randy, there was some good from the Army loss last week for the Huskies. Now is a return of 96 yards on the kickoff by Brian Bruton. It's back to receive right now. John Hoyland to kick it away for Wyoming. Through the hole to the sideline, cut back and guided down just shy of the 45-yard line. So the burst at the start and good field position for the Huskies on their first shot. He gives them something with his legs, his ability to make things happen. And Pomachan from down the road in Connecticut gets the start today.
Yeah, really important for this program to win their state when it comes to recruiting. They need more local players like Pomachan.
Started their own 44-yard line. Off the play.
I'd be surprised if UConn really speeds things up and does this, goes faster.
Here's the group. Veteran Ryan Vandermark, left tackle, most experienced on the line for Connecticut. Captains for Wyoming got him in midfield.
Yeah, he'll learn one deke is about all you get. You get one fake. You go 2, you're going to buy a tackle.
Now is the trend against contact and a flag. This will go for pass interference. Keon Blankenbaker stride for stride with Kevin's Clarcius of Connecticut.
Defense number 18.
Their team you're going to see in college football. They love to get after the quarterback. They blitz a lot. They run stunts a lot, and that means they're going to be in man a lot. And sometimes when you get in man a lot.
34 for a first and the 20. Move the sticks to the running back, Nate Carter.
Yeah, nice job of Carter adjusting to the ball. Pomachan just throws it back there where he has a chance, Carter has a chance to stop and adjust to it. Very important now for UConn. Get some points off this. You got a great big return that gave you great field position. Don't stop yourself. Stay on the field, keep getting first downs. You got to get points against a team like Wyoming.
Down at the 15-yard line. These drive starters have been good so far for the Huskies. 2nd and 5, quick out again. And to the 10-yard line, it's Gill once again for Connecticut with back-to-back short receptions. And this will be close. 3rd and short coming up.
Yeah, 3rd and just short. They're going, the pace is much quicker now. Connecticut, and you got a cornerback in Pomachan that seems to really be in control. It's the downside of playing man. Quarterback running against you can hurt you.
3rd and 1. Now the give. This is close. Bunched up. Carter. Did he have it with the forward progress? Initial spot says doesn't look like it.
Yeah, didn't get to the 10.
Here's the guy you mentioned, Randy. Muma.
Yeah, it's really hard on 3rd and short or 4th and short. Late hitting plays are tough to execute because you got the job for you.
Lined up on 4th and short, and Lou Spanos quickly onto the field. He was at the numbers
Charge timeout. UConn.
to take the
Their first of the
timeout.
half. It will be 30 seconds.
With over 3 minutes gone by in this one. Randy, let's take a look at the keys to this game.
Well, for Wyoming, you really do have to protect Sean Chambers. They could be a special team if you keep this guy healthy all year long. That run, cover, and strip, they're one of the better teams in the country as far as making plays like that and getting turnovers. For UConn, easy. Find Muma, find 48 every single play. And on the defensive side, you know, anything you can do to be positive as far as turnovers, negative plays, those type of things is going to be really, really important for UConn against this offense. The offense isn't flashy for Wyoming. I know we haven't seen them yet, but man, they are fundamentally as sound as anybody you're going to see in college football.
Big play at the get-go on UConn's first drive, and that timeout gives them. Joe McFadden gives the Huskies opening points here against Wyoming. 3-0 in East Hartford.
Going where that weather finds me now. You're the only one for me. Don't you go, leave me now. There's my boy.
All the delivery, no delivery fees. Dash Pass.
On a memorable Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
I can't believe my boy's already heading off to college. Here, in case they don't have us at Coastal U.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, yeah, I got you something, too.
Your Science Day game ball. It's your most prized possession.
Yeah, I was saving it for when you went to state.
Yeah, Coastal U is where I belong.
Here, catch.
No!
It was right to you.
I thought I was holding all this stuff.
That ball's like a son to me.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because every great play starts the night before. My Sleep Number 360 smart bed tracks my circadian rhythm, average heart rate, and breathing rate. So I know how well I'm sleeping. Takes care of the science, so I can focus on other things. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Only from Sleep Number.
Free. UConn money.
Today in college football on CBS Sports Network is brought to you in part by Werner Ladder. Step up to help football coaches find a cure for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. By Werner. Step up your game with Werner Ladder. And by Ram Trucks, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year for the 3rd year in a row.
Lou Spanos, 26 years of coaching in football, interim head coach now of Connecticut. Was part of 3 Super Bowls, won 2 rings with the Steelers back in the 90s and 2000s. And the job of his lifetime here, Randy Cross, and UConn with the lead, 3-0, first lead since their 2nd game against FCS Holy Cross 3 weeks ago. McFadden to kick it away after the 28-yard field goal. This is taken shallow from the 5-yard line. Titus Swen to the outside, spun down just past the 20. Special teams coverage right there for UConn. So on one side, Huskies dial it up and score on their first drive, and now get our first look at Sean Chambers, 9-4 in his career as Wyoming starting quarterback.
He's had a couple seasons cut short with injury. He's a quarterback that is a real dual threat, is just now starting to kind of unravel the running side. Yeah, I think he can be something pretty special once he really gets his legs under him.
Got a couple of rushing touchdowns on the sweep to give to Xavier Valladay. Their star running back picks up a couple. Valladay with a touchdown in each game so far, but behind an offensive line. Randy, they've started a combined 160 career games.
They're one of the better lines in college football. I think coordinated-wise, they are extremely meshed.
Chambers to throw, pass behind, but complete. Valladay turning around to take it and brings it out right near midfield to his own 49-yard line. Gain of 26. Jeremy Lucien chased him down.
Good body control and adjustment by Valladay, number 6, coming out of the backfield like that. That's a full spin in stride to catch the ball.
High formation here with 2 receivers for Wyoming. Chambers from about 15 miles from Fresno, California. It once again, this time to DeWyan McNeely, and he is bottled up just shy of midfield. Let's meet the Huskies defense here against the Wyoming team that runs it as well as anybody in the Mountain West.
They're real important for that D-line to let these linebackers start running to the ball, and Hunter Webb getting a start today is going to do very important for Webb and Mitchell at linebacker. Mitchell had a big game last week against Army.
Jackson Mitchell, number 43 in Navy, leads the country in tackles with 46. Second and 11, McNeely lost a yard. Fake, and now throw complete to Parker Christensen, the fullback, into UConn territory down near the 40-yard line and very close to a first down. Indication is move the sticks.
Yeah, he said that right. Number 80 is a fullback. A lot of fullbacks and tight ends. This offense runs through guys like Christian. They run through the fullback and it runs through the tight ends. It's not a real, wide receiver, toy kind of centric. They love that formation. You see him in right there with all those tight ends on the right side.
Valladay is the running back, Randy. Tripped up. Lucien, the first to get to him right at the legs. And that's how you have to attack it against one of the top running backs in the Mountain West.
You do. You saw the motion going away. That means one less blocker. And when you have one less blocker, you have one free defender. And Lucien's that free defender coming off the edge, taking the legs away from Valladay.
He has UConn's only interception this year. That was week 0 at Fresno State. Smart guy, engineering student from Moore Township, PA. No gain for Valladay, so a 2nd and 10 from the UConn 41. Chambers, plenty of time, over the middle, pass behind and broken up. Malik Dixon was there for Connecticut, dropping back on the coverage. And that brings up 3rd down for Wyoming.
Yeah, it's one thing I like about this Wyoming offense is they run the ball very effectively. They'll give you a lot of different looks. They'll give you 2-3 tight end looks, and they don't mind taking the shots down the field. Good heads-up play by Dixon being right up there when they did take that shot down the field.
Chambers looking for his top guy, Aiden Eberhardt there. 3rd and 9. Chambers again out of the shotgun. Chase this time, pressured, on the move, across his body, high throw and up to get it. Isaiah Nayor, but there's a flag on the play.
It's going to be an ineligible receiver downfield, I believe. You had a couple of offensive linemen that were a little aggressive how far down the field they got, I think.
Pass interference. Offense, number 80. 15-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
There's the fullback you're talking about, Parker Christensen.
Pass interference. Considering he's a fullback, that usually involves running over a linebacker and trying to make it look like a route.
6'2", 229, Parker Christensen. Talked to offensive coordinator Tim Pulasic. He said, don't sleep on him for the future. But that penalty drops them back now to the Wyoming 44. 3rd and 25, 4 wide for Chambers. Looking to throw again, dumps it down. Valladay looking for a block. Late flag as he got to midfield. DJ Morgan chased him. That came at the end of the play.
Yeah, it's probably against the Cowboys. A hold.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Block in the back.
Penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
Randy, defensively, it's been a struggle for Connecticut early in games, but to get a stop here with the help of some penalties, with 7:43 to go in the first quarter. Ralph Fawaz to kick it away again for Wyoming. Freshman from Cache, Oklahoma. His 15th punt officially now on this season, averaging about 44 yards per punt.
Now get this one inside the 10 if you're Wyoming.
Keelan Marion to receive for UConn. Wobbly and well short. Bouncing at the 18 and taking a subtle Wyoming bounce. UConn begins at its own 16-yard line. Oh, nothing says Football Sunday like Tops. Join our crew as they get you ready for week 3 of the NFL season. Previews, predictions, it's all coming on the other pregame show tomorrow morning at 8 Eastern on CBS Sport.
You do? Worked for Al Davis for all those years.
How about Bumashot, Randy? 4 of 4 on Connecticut's opening drive, and not much here for Brian Bruton on first down. And if we could give a quick shout out to Adam Shine, Hall of Famer, into Syracuse student radio station WAER, their Hall of Fame this week.
There you go.
Shout out to the Orange and Mr. Shine as Bruton scampers out past the 25-yard line. Correction, Nate Carter, in fact.
Good persistent run. Looked like he was going to be tackled early. He just kept grinding.
Brings up a 3rd and 1. Again, no huddle. Pumachan off the RPO, extending right near the marker, and that looked to be enough to pick up the first down.
That was a nice job. Look at Garrett Krall comes in from the outside. Looks like he's going to get Carter in the backfield, but Pumachan pulls that thing out and makes it a positive play.
Oh, it looked very close, but did not get the spot, and UConn thought about going for it, and now a quick reversal, and they'll punt it away.
Yeah, either way, it was going to be close, but it wasn't going to be a first down, and backed up like this. If they weren't willing to go for it on 4th and 1, you certainly aren't willing to go for it on 4th and short when you're backed up like this.
So a quick 3 and out for the Huskies. Joe McFadden, who's handled punts and kicks, his 17th punt of the year coming up.
UConn, their 2nd of the half.
That's now 2 timeouts used by Connecticut. And the opening 8+ minutes.
Another sprint out onto the field from the UConn sideline to get that timeout.
Lou Spanos, week 3 as interim head coach, still calling the defensive plays. A long road to this spot. And after Randy Edsall said he'd retire after losing a Holy Cross next day, both sides agreeing, let's part ways. Lou Spanos, head coach for the first time in his 26-year coaching career. Last 5 head coaches for Connecticut, including 2 stints for Randy Edsall. He's the Grover Cleveland of UConn head coaches. Grover Cleveland was number 22 and 24.
I thought you were going to go Theodore Roosevelt, personally.
And Lou Spanos now the latest. McFadden gets it away. Wobbly and shallow. And out of bounds. And Wyoming will get good field position.
Wobbly and shallow, but it went out of bounds.
Yes.
Other than that, it was a pretty good kick.
6:13 to go first quarter. And Wyoming, good field position on their next drive. There's no way you can win that battle. Here in East Hartford, Connecticut, Ed Cohen, Randy Cross, Josh Martin, our entire CBS crew with you at tight end. Didn't know if we'd see him this week, but Trayton Welch in for Wyoming here today against the Huskies.
Yeah, he got tackled last week. Someone put a little bit of a shoulder into his knee thigh area. We weren't sure if he was going to play much at all today. Best tight end they have, one of the best blockers on the outside they have, and their offense is a little different when he's not in there at tight end.
Sean Chambers, 3 of 4 on Wyoming's opening drive. UConn brings the corner blitz, quick out. Titus Swen out of the backfield is guided out of bounds to the 36-yard line.
Yep, started out all spread out. Get a nice little positive play on first down. Christensen, number 80, and tight ends come back into the game. So look for a tight end healthy formation here.
2 receivers out wide to the right. Swen gets the handoff and tripped up, taken down. Lual Ugwak, the junior defensive lineman from Edmonton, Alberta. Man from Canada with the tackle.
Yeah, Ugwak does a really nice job of getting across the line of scrimmage. A lot of cross blocks in there, a lot of cross motion. And he just got in there and was able to disrupt that, because that was getting ready to be a pretty good play if Ugwak's not there.
Randy brings up a 3rd and 1 from the UConn 36.
Their history says it goes off the left side.
Swen fake the handoff. Chambers dancing with it and tiptoeing just enough to gain the first down. Lucien had him on the edge, but Chambers, and that's his spot where he won the game in Northern Illinois and sealed it with a first down on the left side. Picks up the first down here.
Yeah, just, you know, but you don't like to give players advice that often, but if you were to give Sean Chambers one little piece of advice there, he gets by the boundaries, don't relax.
Yeah.
You saw him kind of half stop. You don't know when you're going to get hit late like that when you get near the boundary. Just run right through it.
2 backs. Swen with Valladay clearing space. Tried to run it to the left side, and Swen got it out of bounds. Among those in there was Jackson Mitchell, number 43, along with Ian Swenson, the linebacker from the state of Illinois.
Wyoming adjusting a little bit to the fact that they're not running the ball very well inside, just trying to make some business now on the outside in the meantime. Tim Polisak, their offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, calling the plays upstairs.
3-yard pickup. Valladay diving into the line, past the 30, and UConn defensive front there to snuff it out. 3rd down and 6 coming up for Wyoming. A 1-yard pickup for Xavier Valladay.
The UConn defense doing a really nice job inside. Guess I spoke too soon about how good Wyoming's offensive line was, but they have been very strong over the last couple of years. But UConn's defense right now is having the better of the fight between the tackles.
Cowboys 46% on 3rd down coming into today. Chambers drops it off. Valladay stumbles, stays on his feet, in midair, is taken down shy of the 25 and shy of the first down marker as Swenson led the way for the Huskies with the tackle.
But you got to give balance, and he's kind of moving backward.
Sophomore on for the field goal. 43 yards off the post. No good.
Lots plenty excited right now
for the Huskies. And
why you leaving me this time? Going where that weather's fine. Leave me now. You're the only one for me. Don't you go. Leave me now. Here's my boy.
All the delivery, no delivery fees. Dash Pass.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because every great play starts the night before. My Sleep Number 360 smart bed tracks my circadian rhythm, average heart rate, and breathing rate, so I know how well I'm sleeping. It's also temperature balancing, so I stay cool. And it senses my movement and automatically adjusts to help keep me comfortable all night. Sleep Number takes care of the science, so I can focus on other things. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number.
Banks have free coffee.
We're kicking off game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
At Chewy, we know walks are made better with our furry friends, and we're here to make 2-day shipping. Visit Chewy.com today.
Protect your pet this flea and tick season with Chewy. Find everything from flea collars and sprays to prescriptions that keep pests away. Chewy has what you need to keep tails wagging and pets itch-free all season long. Shop pet prescriptions and more at Chewy.com today.
Well, it's been a tough and get after it, and 2 stops to begin the game, Randy. And look who's part of the UConn staff. Noel Mazzone with Craig Bohl, his longtime friend before the game.
Yeah, it's good to see Noel Mazzone back at it. He was with Lou Spanos at UCLA. And Mazzone's a real offensive mind. And perhaps as a consultant.
Connecticut program, 35 years of experience at the NFL and college level.
Well, funny you should say experience, because Pumachan right there with a little.
Puma return 45-yard line, undercut by Rome Weber, their junior safety.
Nice concept. Play fake affects the linebackers. Throw it right in behind him.
18-yard pickup. No huddle again for Connecticut. Pumachan avoids 1 tackle and picks up a couple of more yards out near the 50.
There's an example. Remember earlier the double doink there? I mean, it's just sort of make 2 fakes. That time just 1 fake and go.
Pass very close to being behind the line of scrimmage, and a loss on the play as C.J. Colden got free and took down Aaron.
Automatic first.
This part, corners, they love to play press man for Wyoming, so that's their style.
So it was a tackle for loss. Instead, puts UConn at the Wyoming 42. And whistles all over. Timeout. Craig Bohl onto the fields, and the Cowboys
Wyoming
burn their first.
Their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
Quick timeout here from East Hartford.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes when bringing home a new pet, welcome them to the family. We can even help you find the perfect treat or food that makes you both smile. Chewy's got toys, treats, prescriptions, all the things you need to celebrate your new.
Laramie, Wyoming.
Hey, actually, a representative of the Wyoming football team made a comment. Hey, we sold more tickets for this game than we did Northern Illinois.
Much must
correctly. And you have a
UConn goes 2 receivers out wide to the right. End around. Turner back to Pumachan with time. He's looking. Open man is Jay Rose. High steps the man. Touchdown. Connecticut reaching deep into the bag of tricks and a 9-0 lead.
You think this football team isn't starved for positive things to happen for them? They do a fabulous job of selling the fake, and Pumachan holds it to the last second. Double flip back. He gets the ball out, and he's got a wide open tight end for that touchdown. Great concept.
Joe McFadden for the extra point. 10-0 Connecticut as the new true freshman quarterback to the converted quarterback, Jay Rose, punching it in for smiling UConn.
All smiles and everybody's happy. Stop it right there. Everything that's happened, that's what they're trying to get to, is a tight end way down there. Great concept. Lined up on the line of scrimmage. You had the run to the right, run to the left, ball flipped back to Pumachan. By that time, you had a tight end and Rose, just the lonely end, standing all by himself.
Randy, the vibes for this program right now, it's been a challenging first 5 games. If you throw this one in, you have a coaching change, you have the shutouts. First 5 halves against FBS opponents, scoreless. But right now a 10-0 lead against a Wyoming team. They had their struggles the early weeks of the season, but they're coming off a game against Ball State in which they scored 31 straight points in what turned it to be a rout. McFadden to kick it away. Swin let it go over his head, and Wyoming will begin at the 25-yard line.
Well, if you're Craig Bull in Wyoming, this is everything you warned your team about all week long. Besides telling them, yeah, you got to be 1-0 and those kind of things. This is what you warned them about, that you're making a long trip, their longest trip of the year. You're playing a team that's 0-4. It's only human nature to relax a little bit. Now, can they ramp it back up is the question for Wyoming.
The mantra you talked about, Craig Bull, get to 1-0, but you got to get there. And Ian Swenson gets to Titus Swen and knocks him down in the backfield for a loss of a few yards on first down.
Swenson meets him in the hole, and that's something that's happened on the regular right now for this UConn offense. They are getting after Wyoming up front. And Wyoming's, like I've said a few times, this is a pretty good offensive line, but not so far they aren't.
No gains, so 2nd and 10 from the 25. Empty backfield, 5 wide for the Cowboys. Chambers, line protecting over the middle, intercepted. And out past the 45-yard line is Miles Bell with the Huskies' second INT here in 2021.
And number 1 on that list is put the ball in danger. And from the time that ball left Chambers' hand, it was in danger. His receiver
pick
to catch that ball. That ball was thrown low and away, and he did a nice job getting back to it by sitting down. Literally.
Another fake. Time for Pumachan. Over the middle. Intercepted. Intended for Rose and picked off. Back the other way comes Isaias.
Advised is the best term to use on that pass. Now, what do we have in the way of a flag here?
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 98. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Ravante Holt erases the interception.
That could be targeting.
Holt's one of the key guys on the D-line. 2.5 sacks coming in. Wyoming's defense had 6 sacks last week against Ball State. Some really costly penalties already for Wyoming. Yep, to your point.
Yeah, they're going to have a look at it.
That is the end of the first quarter.
Hit the end of the first quarter.
Work. Be unlimited.
Start of the second quarter from East Hartford, Connecticut, and the UConn Huskies up 10-0 on the Wyoming Cowboys. Ed Cohen, Randy Cross, Josh Martin with you. So UConn, its first lead after the first quarter since their loss to Holy Cross September 4th. But Randy, baby steps. If you go back to halftime against Army, outscored the Black Knights 21-10 in the second half, and right now 10-0 after one quarter against Wyoming.
Yeah, and they're outgaining Wyoming. More importantly, the offense is working and clicking. Defense has contributed, but 98 yards to 62 yards right now.
Kevin Mensah, reserve running back today, with the handoff and diving near the 10-yard line on the first play of the second quarter. Azizi Hearn, the big fella, the cornerback, with the stop for Wyoming.
What a nice job by Ryan Vandermark, a left tackle, just smacking people around out there. That was a really nice job.
6-yard pickup, play fake. Pumachan to the outside, hands catch on a low throw. Brandon Nemensky able to make the grab. Gandy shading him. 1-yard pickup.
We've seen some awkward throws both sides of the ball where they're not exactly hitting guys in stride.
Third and 3. Big play from the Wyoming 11. Huskies trying to build on a 10-0 lead. This drive began off an interception by Miles Bell of Chambers. And a flag before the snap.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. It's still third down.
And now at 3rd and long, not only keep an eye on Garrett Krall, number 88, at defensive end, coming in on a rush on this play, blitz. And this is a perfect.
He might try and dial up the blitz a little more this week.
Well, they're showing it inside. There it is.
5-yard loss in the penalty, 3rd and 8. Gill in motion from the 16-yard line. Pumachan. Quick out to Marion.
Job, and Wyoming shows that blitz. Both linebackers standing in the A gaps. They both turn and run and drop into opposite zones.
Yards out, UConn advantage.
Remember we called this team the Cardiac Cowboys? They're starting to send that kind of finish up right now.
By Arkansas at Jerry Worlds. 2 big games, Randy, today in NFL stadiums. Notre Dame getting the best of Wisconsin earlier today.
Yeah, I can cross my early upset off right there. But I like Arkansas over Texas A&M, and I like Tech over North Carolina. But you know, this one didn't work out. The other 2 are still alive.
That's it. When you pick upset, Titus swing. Little spin move, but he's dragged down. Good coverage by the Huskies at the 20-yard line. So if you're Wyoming, 13-0. Chambers' last drive was picked off by Miles Bell. They nearly had the pick back, but penalty for roughing the passer.
Kept too much. You converted 1 3rd down.
Greg Bowl, 8th year leading the Cowboys. Efficiency is a really big word around this program. Fumbled the snap. And Chambers was quick to recover, but nothing is going right here on the road.
Offered, but it doesn't get taken. And that usually gets blamed on the center. I can tell you that from experience. A good quarterback will take the blame, but the coaches assume the center did it wrong.
They've got a great center in Keegan Kreider, the senior. Allen Trophy preseason list 2 years in a row, and there was movement. Flag before the snap. See her jump first.
Tight end Nick Miles, 86, moved.
Ball start. Offense, number 8.
That's now 5 penalties for Wyoming for 65 yards. This drops them back to the 15. UConn brings 4 to the outside and complete to Joshua Cobbs, his 4th catch of the year. So up 3rd down.
So far, Ed, it's kind of that perfect storm for Wyoming, because I'm not saying Connecticut's not playing pretty well, because they are. They've made some huge plays, but most of the mistakes that Wyoming's done are basically self-inflicted. Very correctable, but self-inflicted nonetheless.
UConn's defense setting the tone, getting the stop on the opening drive. Then John Horland missing the 43-yard field goal off the bar. 3rd and 10. Shotgun for Chambers. Has nothing. On the move. Will pump fake. Chambers to the boundary. He's met and he's dropped. And he's a yard shy of the 1st down, but may have some forward progress. This could be close.
The referee is motioning 1st down. That reach with the ball got the 1st down. That was a very nice play by Sean Chambers. Opportune time. Talking about an important 1st down. Before he's on the ground, he reaches with the ball. Watch the very end. Right here. See, he's not down when he reaches for the ball, and that gets him that 1st down.
And escaping DJ Morgan out to the 31. I formation. Handoff. Xavier Valade bouncing to the outside and pushed out near the 40. Jalen Farrell with the tackle, but the senior putting on the moves to pick up the 1st down and some.
One thing that hasn't happened is the run inside. Well, until now. there's a run inside, and this is why you want to get it going, because Valladay can do that. Valladay can go from left guard to wide receiver area of the field in a blur. He's got that kind of quick hops.
Man from Brother Rice High School, Chicago. David Deal, two-time Super Bowl winner for the Giants. Also from Valladay's High School. Eberhard in motion. Christensen off the dump down. Got by one tackle. And finally is helped out by KK Jones after Lucien slowed him up initially.
Finally, you're getting to see a little bit of what the Wyoming offense usually looks like. A little run between the tackles, a couple of quick passes to the outside for some nice chunks. Now the question for Wyoming, you've had some negatives. Can you finish a drive off? And by finish, I mean touchdown.
2nd and 3, and they go well behind him.
Yeah, pretty inaccurate there by Sean Chambers on that pass, because he had an open receiver. When you got that many guys out there, the chances of not having somebody with a lack of bodies around them is pretty good.
Wyoming 2 for 4 today on 3rd down. This does, and for a second time on this drive, Chambers with his feet gains the 1st down.
See, having a quarterback that can do this, kind of like what Pomachan adds to UConn, if you can consistently with Chambers get to where he's going to use his feet, it's a more complete offense. It's a more dangerous offense.
Ready now at the 31 of UConn. Chambers 7-10 passing, completes another one to one of his top targets, Isaiah Nayor, the sophomore, and a big target, 6'3", 210 with the catch.
Wide receiver who can run in the 4-4s. So you get a guy like that, you get a guy like Nayor that can do those kind of things and add that kind of speed with that size. You do some special things with him. All tight ends in the game right now. Pro-style fullback.
This is Valladay. And the man they call X, Xavier Valladay, pushing the pile near the 20-yard line for Wyoming.
That's going to be just short, or no, it's got a 1st down. So that's one of those plays you look at it at first, you go, what's that, 2-3 yards?
How many?
Keep churning.
Please.
Yeah.
7-5-2. The clock will start on my signal. Thank you.
This moves him down to the 21-yard line. Xavier Valladay, two-time Mountain West rushing leader. Last year, shortened season, Wyoming played 6 games, averaged 110 on the ground. Titus Swen this time on 1st down, and Swen picking up a couple. That's a good two-headed monster, Randy, in Valladay, and then the junior Titus Swen, who's also a good catcher out of the backfield.
Yeah, these days in most offenses, you have to have at least 2, maybe 3 running backs that you can threaten people with. You know, they can both run, they can both catch, they can both do everything you want, and you know you'll always got a fresh weapon to go to.
Nayor, the receiver, back in, lower part of your screen, quick out, and the pass is completed inside the 15-yard line of Joshua Cobbs, and Jeremy Lucien with another tackle for Connecticut. See if they can convert again on a 3rd and short, a 3rd and 3 right now for Wyoming.
Wyoming has that little semi-huddle about 3 yards from the ball, enables them to play pretty quick.
Swen with Valladay clearing space. Titus Swen upended, but inside the 10-yard line. He's at the 5 right now to bring up a 1st and goal for Wyoming as Hunter Webb got to him for Connecticut.
Watch Valladay out front. Nice block. Wow. That's the kind of brotherhood the running back room can really turn into. If you've got the guy that's supposedly the star, he's out there blocking for the other guy, man, does that send a great signal to your team.
You know, Titus Wynn's going to miss that next year. Valladay, the senior. He's lined up here out of the shotgun. First and goal from the 5. Chambers through the hands. Little contact from Lucien and incomplete to Isaiah Nayor.
Yeah. Got a good shot of not catching that one. Is coming in with that kind of heat, coming off that contact.
See Lucien very clear, arms straight up.
Yeah, the classic I didn't do it. Yeah, that usually draws a flag.
Valladay extending, picks up a couple, but he's shy of the goal line. 3rd and goal coming up for Wyoming.
The run by Valladay
defensively.
Do you go back to Valladay or do you pop one to a tight end?
Movement from both sides.
Or jump off sides.
Yikes.
That was the offense.
Ball start. Offense number 75.
Senior starter up there on offensive line room when you're watching film is called starting 5 yards too early.
All right, a 3rd and goal from the 7 now after the penalty. It's incomplete again.
Yeah, just a nice job late of putting some heat on Chambers. Didn't have anywhere really realistically to go with the ball. Had one receiver already standing out of bounds and one heading there.
Is finally on the board with under 5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Borland from 24, but
Marcus by or have your money work smart. UConn money.
Okay, I'm up. 5 more minutes. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
If you're a guy with 40 drive, I'm back to being the big hurt. You still don't believe me? Just send a text. Get a complimentary bottle. Come on. You're stuck in park right now.
Winning Nugenix Total Full Fat Incinerator ever with key ingredients to help you get back in shape fast. Absolutely free. That's BALLER to 42424.
At Finger Hut, we don't define you by your credit score, so we offer low monthly payments on things you need and brands you trust as you build your credit history with a Finger Hut credit account. You do you at fingerhut.com.
Finger Hut credit accounts are issued by WebBank member FDIC.
Tomorrow, week 3 of the NFL on CBS, featuring a whole host of great matchups. Chargers taking on the Chiefs, Burrow's Bengals against Big Ben Steelers, and the Dolphins in Vegas against the Raiders. Coverage beginning at noon Eastern with the guys on the NFL Today. It's tomorrow. The NFL is on CBS. Also tomorrow, Bills hosting Washington, but guess who's watching today?
What's up, Cowboys fans? Josh Allen here. Excited for the 3-0 start. I'm excited to watch you guys versus UConn. Go Pokes, go Bills.
Awesome stuff. We appreciate Josh Allen filming that in Western New York. Highest ever draft pick in Wyoming history. May not love what he's seeing right now because the Pokes are in some trouble.
I'm curious, you're all the way out here if you're a Wyoming fan. How many are going to Buffalo tomorrow?
Makes perfect sense.
How many are going to bounce up to Buffalo and get in a little Bills game, see their guy, Josh?
If they get on the road quickly, they could be at Duff's before closing time. The Great Wings in Western New York. Burns taking the fair catch to Brent Stover with an update in our New York studios. Brent?
Guys, the SEC on CBS game. KJ Jefferson flips it out to A.J. Green. 48 yards, bouncing off tacklers. 17-0 Arkansas leads over A&M early 2nd quarter. Back out to Ed, Randy, and Josh.
Guys, the best. The late, great Dick Enberg was ready for it. More importantly, Chad Muma was ready for it.
Yeah, there's a little picture into a lot of flash, a lot of motion, a lot of different things going on. Never left his assignment and where he was supposed to be. That's why he was right there for that play.
On the scamper.
Watch what Pumachan does. He gets going.
Offense moving fast. Over the top ball. Deflected and incomplete. Was trying to hook up with Keelan Marion. But he has changed the complexion of this offense, Randy.
Last play again. Muma does the same thing. He blitzes, and Pumachan just gets the heck out of there.
Talk to Frank Joffrey. UConn's offensive coordinator said we need to know where he is at all times. Pumachan 10 of 13, 98 yards, throwing again. Turner had to dive back to it off his hands and incomplete as Azizi Hearn was in the vicinity with the coverage for Wyoming.
How many physical challenges have we seen today for the receivers? Not either they're in white or they're wearing blue. The quarterback physically got to put the ball
in motion. Pumachan slicing, dicing, sliding very close to the marker, and he may have begun a little too soon.
Yeah, they're going to mark it all the way back around the 49.5, 48.5, 49-yard line. So it's an easy decision here. If you're UConn, you punt this one.
Be safe.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Tim Polasek, the offensive coordinator for Wyoming, dials up here on this possession.
Punt bouncing out. They'll spot it at the 19-yard line. That's where the Cowboys begin this next drive. Cardiac Cowboys, some work to do.
Yeah. And then you just don't answer the door.
Network is sponsored done and by PNC Bank, changing how you handle overdrafts with low cash mode.
125 years of Wyoming football. Josh Allen, obviously the centerpiece in the NFL now with the Bills in his 4th year. But Laramie, Wyoming, home to the highest altitude among FBS programs, over 7,200 feet above sea level. And I think, Randy, they can wear those jerseys up the thruway to Buffalo tomorrow. Wyoming begins this drive at its own 19-yard line, and it begins with Titus Swin up the middle for a few yards.
Yeah, perfect start for Wyoming. They need to keep this ball the rest of the half. Just keep pounding the ball between these tackles, set up some nice play action passing. But for Craig Bowl and the Cowboys, just boring possession ending in points is the way you end this first half.
Swin got 6 on first down. From the 25, Chambers off the fake. Good coverage downfield. He's on the move. And he's knocked out of bounds by Hunter Webb to bring up 3rd down. And with that, we go down to Josh Martin. Josh?
Hey, here on the UConn sideline, it feels like a different team with a new energy. I have a feeling that it has to do with today. You have the towels waving. The crowd is going wild. It feels fun out here.
Josh, you can feel it. Thank you very much. See if the defense can bring that energy. 3rd and 3 for Wyoming. Chambers, pocket nearly collapsed, throws, broken up. Miles Bell got there to knock it loose. Intended for Aiden Eberhardt of Wyoming.
That was a pretty aggressive little play there. I love the way he got around the body without influencing the body and getting that right hand to knock that ball away. Good job by Bell.
Randy Bell getting the start, the sophomore from Plantation, Florida. A 3 and out for the Cowboys, and UConn with time here with 1:45 to go in the 2nd quarter. Fawaz, good kick. This pushes Marion back inside the 25. Shakes by a tackle. Keelan Marion has a block, has another, and finally tripped up. He made it interesting in space to the 45 of Wyoming.
Yeah, a bomb punt.
10 over Wyoming late in the second quarter. And coming up on the halftime report, powered by Ram Trucks. Brent Stover, Houston Nutt, and Kevin Carter keep you up to date. Exciting week 4 in college football. Exciting to watch young Tyler Pumachan, quarterback for UConn today.
Yeah, Pumachan doing a nice job. A lot of the excitement, like Josh was talking about down on the sidelines, is spinning off this young man. Local kid out of Connecticut. Very important here at the end of the first half. You've got wonderful field position. Don't mess around with the ball. No fumbles, no interceptions. You got a chance to get some points here to end the half.
Good numbers, 11 of 15, 30 yards on the ground, and the touchdown to Jay Rose in the first quarter. Begin at the 45. Fake to give to Carter over the middle. Tough catch. Aaron Turner on the crossing route, able to gather as he's knocked down by Ken Blankenbaker of Wyoming.
Good hands by Pumachan coming off that fake. Just barely enough time to flip that ball over the middle.
No huddle. 2nd and 5. The freshman looking, buying time. Pumachan loops it through the hands and incomplete. Nate Carter, it was right there for him. It was too good to be true. 3rd down coming up.
Tough throw, tougher catch. Carter spinning away just right through the fingers as he jumps up and leaps backwards to try to get that ball.
Good news. Have hurt UConn this year.
Oh, yeah, they have. Well, the good news about that, though, is the UConn player was the only guy that could have caught that.
Yes.
So it wasn't putting the ball in danger.
3rd and 5. You have Turner in motion. Pumachan. Blitz coming, in trouble. Slings it and throws it out of bounds. That could be grounding. Wyoming pleading for it.
No receiver in the area. Still in the pocket.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 12. Penalty has lost it down at the spot of the foul. It's 4th down.
That was 3rd down. Intentional grounding makes it 4th down, plus the penalty yards backing up. And clearly he's still in the pocket.
Could have been better, could have been worse. Take the penalty.
The 10-second subtraction has been declined. The clock will start on the snap.
And Hayden Kerr on a punt here for Connecticut.
Just inside a minute here for Wyoming. What kind of field position can they get out of this? They've got 2 timeouts left.
Aiden Eberhardt back to receive for the Cowboys. Kerr from New South Wales, Australia, lets it fly, and Eberhardt takes it out at the 23-yard line with 50 ticks to go before halftime in East Hartford.
Smart job by Eberhardt getting up there and just sprinting forward on that short kick to be able to fair catch that and get the maximum amount of yards for his offense.
Warner Leonard gives us a look at who's stepping up their game lately, and this guy is Jackson Mitchell.
Yeah.
First game against Fresno State, Randy, 3 tackles. Look what he's done since.
That is not a typo. That is a fact. 16 tackles last week against that option offense of Army.
He leads FBS.
It's a nice path waiting to happen there. 16 tackles.
Sophomore from Richfield, Connecticut. Tackle here is Durante Jones, got right to Valladay in the backfield to knock him out of bounds to freeze the clock. 46 seconds to go.
Same criteria here now for Chambers. Don't put the ball in danger. Try to move it, try to get points, but don't make a play for the other team.
Looking right. Pass was low, hit the ground. Incomplete. Joshua Cobbs, who's the receiver. The mistakes, there have been a litany of them for Wyoming. 6 penalties, the interception, and then you throw on the missed field goal from 43 yards from a guy who's usually almost automatic in sophomore John Hoyland. A long way to go now from their own 24-yard line, a 3rd and 9 for the Cowboys.
Can they get close with 3 or 4 rushing?
Valladay avoids the first man, can't avoid the second. Trey Wortham, the nickelback, breaking through to make the tackle.
That was a nice job of stringing it out defensively, and then Wortham just knocking him out of bounds. Wasn't exactly a form tackle, but it was so much force, Valladay couldn't even think about staying going forward.
Now, both offenses, you look at the last 2:59 of this first half. Wyoming had the ball, then UConn, and now Wyoming with
Yeah, both these offenses are right around the 150 mark. And Wyoming's gotten most of their yards in the last quarter or so.
Charge timeout. Wyoming, their second of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
Craig Bohl, his 8th year at Wyoming, his 41st year coaching at the collegiate level. He's taken the Cowboys to 3 bowl games, 2 victories, and his teams are routinely in the top 20 in terms of defensive rankings. Randy, they're clean, committed very few penalties, very efficient, and that has been completely flipped in this first half.
A very out of character performance for a half today from Wyoming. Because, you know, if you're UConn, I think this is the kind of a program, talks about Josh Allen and whatnot. Defensively, they're solid. They recruit the heck out of their geographic area.
Trying to get to 4-0 for the first time since 1996. For Waz to punt it away. Marion had a big return earlier. That's this one back.
He snuck in there with a little help. They were trying to pull him and push him towards the ball.
And after that, UConn will begin likely the final drive of the first half from their own 26th MD.
Working with Brent Stover and company. Reviewing some of these games we've seen today in the first half of this one.
Notre Dame winning earlier. Arkansas. Huskies go for to Waplee.
Seen today most of the time it's either Garrett Crawl or Muma 48. 88 or 48 in that backfield. One by rush, one by blitz.
Seconds now. Chad Muma among those there for the Cowboys. 4 seconds left before the break.
That's going to be holding, Ed. That flag was thrown immediately by the umpire right behind the offensive line in the backfield.
Holding. Offense, number 62. Penalty is declined. It's 3rd down.
Noel Ofori-Niadu, the sophomore, making his first start at left guard.
Getting noticed for all the wrong reasons, as most O-linemen do when you get that penalty. You don't hear their name unless they make a mistake.
You've lived it. And we have lived 30 minutes in East Hartford.
That is the end of the first half.
This guy's feeling good. Los Spanos and Connecticut first lead at the break. Have to go back nearly 2 years when they led at Temple November 30th of 2019. That's got to feel good. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by the Home Depot from East Hartford, Connecticut. Huskies by 10 at the break. Third quarter in East Hartford, Connecticut. What a half for UConn. A 10-point lead over Wyoming. Welcome back inside. Ed Cohen back with Randy Cross. We'll have Josh Martin in a second. Best half of football from Connecticut in arguably 2 years for Wyoming. It's been a roller coaster start to this season. Yes, they're 3-0, but they have a lot of work to do today.
Yeah, I mean, pretty simply put, I should say. Not easy for me to say. From the UConn side, enthusiasm and execution. From the Wyoming side, not. It's been lacking, soup to nuts, and you're curious as to what you're going to see from Wyoming for the rest of this game, but I guarantee at halftime, Craig Bowl, their coach, and their assistants got after their tails pretty good, because all the big plays, it seemed, were made by UConn. Both regular kind of nuts and bolts kind of plays, special plays like that, and defensive plays by the defense with turnovers.
6 penalties for Wyoming in that first half. Missed field goal, the pick leading to Rose, and the 42-yard touchdown. And Titus Swen returning the kickoff to begin this third quarter out past the 30-yard line. Let's take a look at the Trico Wiper Blades first half stats. And Wyoming did gain 79 yards on the ground, but the penalties really hurt. Time of possession in favor of the Cowboys, but the Huskies up 13-3.
Yeah, that turnover and the penalties were sort of the difference. They stopped themselves more than Connecticut stopped them.
Sean Chambers has led 2 game-winning drives. First 2 weeks against Montana State, then Northern Illinois for the Cowboys. Has to bring them back from 10 down to begin the third. And the last thing you want to see after 6 first-half penalties.
Offense number 86, 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Not what you want, Randy.
Yeah, no, I mean, Sean Chambers is trying to plead his case. I get in the huddle and plead the case with those guys. Be more disciplined. Don't make these mistakes. You're starting the first possession here of the second half. Suddenly now it's 1st and 15.
Nick Miles, the backup tight end, the false start penalty. From the 26, Xavier Valladay drags a few tacklers out past the 35-yard line as we go down to Josh Martin. Josh?
Ed, I had a chance to talk to Coach Bull coming out of the tunnel. I asked him what message he had for his team. He says they need to contain the QB, prevent Tyler from creating plays with his legs. He said they need to be more disciplined. They've had 70 yards of penalty yardage. He says they need to establish the run. That's all.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. 6-yard gain for Valladay on first down. Cowboys, high formation again. Valladay again. But not much here. Busting to the line, Luol Ugwak with another strong stop.
Another play by Ugwak on the other side of the line of scrimmage, getting that penetration, busting through that attempted block. See, it's one thing to be blocked initially, and Ugwak initially was blocked, but he fought through that block to make that tackle in the backfield.
Hometown of Edmonton, Alberta, up in Canada. His parents, a year before he was born, escaped Sudan. His brother's a good basketball player in Loyola Chicago. 3rd and 5. Chambers checks it down, completes it on the slant. One of his top targets, Aiden Eberhardt, for the first down. Much needed after the early penalty by the Cowboys.
Accurate throw part. Because so far in the first half, both quarterbacks, we didn't see too many real accurate putting the ball right on the receiver efforts.
Chambers first half, 9 of 16 with the pick. Give here to Valladay again. And wrestled back by Swenson. Ian Swenson helped late in the play by Malik Dixon. And UConn run defense against one of the top rushing teams in the country, holding its own.
Yeah, I know Josh, our linebacker down on the sidelines, got to love these, all the above right there for Swenson.
Josh might lose the CBS jacket in a couple of plays. He wants to get back out there. Bootleg, flip it down. Parker Christensen, the fullback. Mitchell got there.
Oh, that's late.
Oh, yes. Hunter Webb, number 33.
It's important to make that hit. It's important to make that tackle. But once they get outside of the field of play,
defense number 33.
You just got to stop.
Penalty, automatic first down.
Now you get a critical penalty like this. It's really important. If you're Wyoming, you got to take advantage. That field position that you're given right here on the 28-yard line, that's got to equal points.
Opening drive, third quarter for Wyoming. Swen And the secondary running back for Wyoming brings it to the UConn 24-yard line, picks up 4.
Yeah, that was a 2-and-2 run. 2 yards of block and 2 yards of spin and running after the first contact. That was a nice job by Swen.
Tim Pulasic, offensive coordinator for Wyoming, who was at Iowa for 4 years coaching their offensive line. He said of Swen, that's a tough dude. Shotgun and stick with Swen in the backfield. Titus Swen lowers the shoulder and rams into the UConn line at the 20-yard line. Dalmont Gordine, the freshman, former walk-on, among those there for Connecticut. And a 3rd and short right now for Wyoming.
There's the offensive coordinator, Tim Pulasic.
Ties to Craig Bowles, going back to North Dakota State. See what he dials up here.
It's going to involve this offensive line making some blocks, I guarantee you that.
Valladay with the lead of the fullback, Caleb Driscoll, shaking to the left side of the line and getting enough to move the sticks before Colin McCarthy brought him down for Connecticut.
Now, well, one thing that Lou Spanos has to be really happy with so far is the play of this front 7, because they have thwarted, for the most part, the running game of Wyoming. They've gotten into the backfield. Wyoming hasn't been able to run the ball that effectively yet. They may be able to assert themselves yet, but so far, advantage UConn.
Randy, start here from the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. Chambers looking end zone. What a catch! What a throw! Touchdown! Isaiah Nayor escapes the defensive back, and Wyoming punches it in. Wow.
Yeah, Ed, you made the point earlier. 6'3", 210 pounds. You put it up there where only he can get it. He dropped that thing right over the top. There's really no defense for a perfectly thrown ball. I mean, the only thing you can do as a DB is wave your arms and hopefully you knock it back on the way through, but that was perfectly thrown.
John Harlan for the extra point. Miles Bell beaten in coverage. Cowboys strike early 3rd, Randy. The big man Nayor. Previous drive with the late hit opens the door for the Cowboys to get in the end zone.
Yeah, that kept that drive alive, you know, well out of bounds like that. And it's just what Wyoming needed was that extra little impetus, that extra little, oh yeah, okay, we'll take that. And they went on to really drop one in over the top for their touchdown.
18-yard strike of beauty from Chambers to Nayor. And now John Harlan will kick it away for Wyoming. Keelan Marion and Brian Bruton back to receive for UConn. Remember, Bruton last week against Army returned a kickoff 96 yards in the second half for a touchdown. UConn's first kickoff return for a score since the 2011 Fiesta Bowl. This is Bruton from the 3-yard line. Up the middle and crunched at the 25. That's where UConn begins its next drive. Look at the AP Top 10 powered by Ram Trucks.
Got some action going on there. I mean, obviously at the top, Alabama, not much of a threat there with Southern Miss. But Arkansas doing the work that they're doing against Texas A&M, that's kind of a big deal. Clemson and NC State tied at 7-7 in the 3rd quarter.
Perfect transition from Tyler to Tyson Pumachan.
Representing the Wing Beavers.
5 inches between the two brothers, the two quarterbacks. You see a little height differential. Tyler's 5'10", Tyson's 6'3". Hair notwithstanding, of course.
Yeah, look at those smiles. That's great. What a rare thing to see in a family like that, to have 2 real talented sons like that close together.
Here's Bruton escaping out near the 40-yard line. So Brian Bruton getting an early look here on Connecticut's first drive of the 3rd quarter.
You get good enthusiasm, you start believing, you can do some special things.
No huddle again. Handoff up the gut. Spinning is Carter, and spinning over midfield into Wyoming territory. It's a change of gear from Bruton and out of the freshman who got the start from upstate New York, Nate Carter.
Really nice blocking up front. That's the key. Wide open. Carter is down 7 yards downfield before the first defender has a chance to hit him.
Moves Connecticut to the 48-yard line. Running the ball's been an issue for the Huskies all year long. Turner in motion. Pumachan off the fake. Here comes trouble. No one in the vicinity. Throws it incomplete. There was a grounding penalty earlier. And there's a flag on the play right now.
But he was outside the pocket there. He had run this way and then had run outside the pocket when he threw that ball out.
There is no foul for an eligible player downfield. The ball was grounded legally.
Chalk it up, simple incompletion.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go. That was a really nice job of Wyoming, coverage-wise, and maintaining their discipline against a quarterback like Pumachan. That you can cover all you want, but underneath you got to have at least one guy that's better put an eyeball on Pumachan, because he will pull it down and run.
Randy, who was 12 for 18 in the first half, 61 yards, no mistakes, no picks, no fumbles. Almost avoided his man, but could not. Sacked by Solomon Byrd with that late reach. And Byrd with his second sack of the season, the junior from Palmdale, California.
Watch Byrd get him in mid-spin. Hard to keep that balance. There he is right there. He got himself a little leg, half a wing, equals a sack.
Helicopter down. They feel that Byrd has left some plays on the table. We spoke to defensive coordinator Jay Salvo. Carter on his hands. And they'll say incomplete. That was really close along the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, if there's, it was definitely a forward pass first, but if there's one thing that has been a curse for this offense, it's been exactly what you just saw there, is balls bouncing off the hands of receivers. And it's been true for tight ends, running backs, wide receivers. It hasn't been a position-specific thing.
Punting situation for Connecticut. Joe McFadden to punt it away. Eberhardt back for Wyoming. Fair catch taken at the 7-yard line. Cowboys starting to get cooking. Get the ball back, down by 3. Back to their last drive, and a miscue by Connecticut, opening the door for the Cowboys to punch it in. Hunter Webb, the late hit against Parker Christensen, leads to an 18-yard score. Chambers, what a throw, and the catch, Isaiah Nayor for 6.
Yeah, drives spin on penalties like that. Heck, games spin on penalties like that, just from a psyche and a confidence standpoint.
Start of the third, 69 yards, leads to the touchdown. Craig Bowles' team got a field goal late in the first half.
Well, 153 yards, no touchdowns. They fixed that pretty quick in that second half possession.
See what Chambers and the offense can do. Beginning at their own 7-yard line. And trying to keep the run game going.
Rugby scrum.
Titus Swen moving the pile. Moving the pill.
The back gets the yards, and the guys around him pushing. Look at this thing. I mean, seriously. Only difference is in rugby, you can pass the ball back between your legs to the guys behind you, and they can keep going with it.
Eric Aboje among those, moving space. Boy, Tim Pulisic nearly broke down speaking about this young man's development. The work he's put in has trimmed down from 350 to 328. The left guard. A couple of nice swim moves by Swen to shake free and pick up the first down.
That was a nice jump cut in the hole. because he was dead to rights, and he suddenly just wasn't there.
But Randy, look at this group. I mean, juniors, seniors, big guys, a lot of local guys, experience.
Very experienced, very physical. Haven't played their best game today, but perhaps maybe this second half will be completely different.
Nearly offside on UConn. From the 23, drag it out. A couple of extra yards by Titus Swen. You can see the escapability from the junior who didn't play last year. He opted out of the season.
Well, there's a difference from first half to second half. First half, that tackle would have been made in the backfield. Right now, Sven has that quick jump cut again to avoid that tackle.
Picked up 3 there. 2nd and 7 from the Wyoming 26. Lead blockers Caleb Driscoll. Fake the give on the boot. Chambers over his body and overcooks. Hits him.
Chambers knows that one's on him.
Instead of 3rd and 7. Valladay back in as the running back. Complete as Trey Wortham reached around the intended receiver, Joshua Cobbs. A big momentum stop for the UConn defense.
You know, we talked earlier about Trayton Welch, the regular tight end who was hurt last week. This is the kind of position in a game where they would go, Wyoming would go to the middle of the field. They'd go to one of the tight ends, usually a Welch, for these first downs, for these 3rd and longs, the 6s and 7s and 8s. It's a different offense without Welch in it.
It leads to another punt for Ralph Fawaz, with Keelan Marion back for Connecticut. Marion going for the fair catch, and UConn will have pretty good field position starting at their own 36. Huskies digging deep. It's been one of those kinds of days. They lead by 3. Penix Jr. injuring his non-throwing hand last week against Cincinnati, but will stay in as a starter.
What a difference a year makes. One of the great stories in college football last year. This year, not so much.
First down for Connecticut, and Turner wrestled down at the legs. Opening touchdown in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it was just to get their offense back on the field and give Pumachan just another chance to get out there, some more reps.
Fakes the give, dumps it over the middle. Jay Rose already with a touchdown today. With the extra fight, it was incomplete. And Blankenbaker again.
The slap with that left arm helped him drop that ball. I'm not sure if it was going to stay in there, but the slap with the left hand helped it.
Got to know where Blankenbaker is. Had a 50-yard INT for a touchdown last week against Ball State.
Blitz look, both drop.
Steps through it. Pumachan dragged down after a couple of yards and well shy of the first down marker. 3 and out for Connecticut. Azizi Hearn trekking down the UConn quarterback.
Yeah, a little bit of a different look with that, 2 guys up front, Muma and company getting up there faking blitz. They didn't go screaming out, and by not going screaming out, Pumachan's options were limited. He couldn't go back inside where the linebackers maybe would have dropped out and given him some space. He had to try outside.
Joe McFadden again splitting punting duties with Hayden Kerr. Will tee it up for Connecticut. Eberhardt awaits it at the 25, avoids 1 tackle. And finally brought down at the 25-yard line with under 5 to go in the 3rd. UConn has led after the 1st, the 2nd, still leading. Get to 4-0. It's been 20 game today, so you look at the score.
Very critical for
mantra from Craig Bowl, get to 1-0. Trailed this game 13-3. Xavion Valladay, first down handoff, and picks up a couple near the 30-yard line. Jackson Mitchell, no surprise, FBS leading tackler with 46 coming in with the stop.
Yeah, biggest difference between first half to second half, or towards the end of the first half, into the second half, is between the tackles. Wyoming is starting to wear the UConn defense down a little bit.
Chambers slings it out and complete to Joshua Cobbs. Yard shy of the first down. Cobbs, the sophomore from San Antonio. Can the UConn defense get the stop on third down?
2 tight ends right.
Shotgun again for Chambers. Just enough to move the sticks. Sean Chambers, the mobile quarterback, Kerman, California, out near Fresno. Move the chain.
Taking a little contact.
Of plays for Connecticut. Stiff arm and guided out of bounds by Malik Dixon. Back to New York. Brent Stover with an update.
Well, Colorado State had a 14-7 lead on 5th-ranked Iowa, but the Hawkeyes with 14 straight. Spencer Petras to Sam Laporta. 21-14 Iowa leads in the third. Guys.
From their own 42, this is 2nd and 5. Mayor shifts. Play action. Chambers looking long. Has a man underthrown. Intercepted. Jeremy Lucien with the pick.
That is what UConn needed in this situation. Wyoming, a lot of confidence, starting to build offensively. And Sean Chambers puts the ball where it can't be, and that's available. Available to the defense of UConn, deep down the middle. He had Nayor cutting across the field. Might have been a better place to go.
Alex Brown, the intended receiver. And the result, UConn with 3 interceptions this year, 2 courtesy of Jeremy Lucien. Last Chambers interception led to Jay Rose with the touchdown. Let's see what UConn can do now. Bruton shifts. Give it to Mensah. And the veteran among the running back corps for Connecticut picks up a couple on first down.
So if you're being a positive person, remember the field. Now stop UConn here and look at this nice play. You know, once again, one of the 2 guys we tend to be calling the whole time makes a nice big play. I mean, Kral has done a really nice job all day long, and this is going to put UConn in a spot where field position is going to be really nice for your next possession if you can stop them here on third down, Wyoming-wise.
See if Wyoming can pick up on those positive vibes. Randy, a 3rd and 6 for UConn from their own 13. 4 wide. Kevin Mensah, the running back. Pumachan steps up. Pass on target. Turner shakes by a tackle. First down and more. Now past the 30-yard line. Aaron Turner, the freshman from Ellicott City in Maryland.
But add another 15 yards after that broken tackle.
That was UConn's first third down conversion. It tackled. 2nd and 9. Pumachan steps through pressure. Pumachan on the run. Close call. Bobbled by Jay Rose, who is blanketed along the side, and incomplete as the Huskies tried to sell it.
Yeah, threw it late, bobbled, plus also out of bounds.
To your point about Chad Muma, talked to Frank Joffrey, UConn's offensive coordinator. He said, I wish they'd leave him back in Laramie. He's that good. Said we'd stay away from him.
There's the linebackers up front, both standing in the A gap. One of them, Muma, showing blitz with 3 of their backers.
Pumachan to buy just enough time and into Wyoming territory.
Credit the offensive line of UConn on that play. How long did Pumachan have to just look?
As the Husky.
It's still first down.
Right tackle Chase Lunt. Randy, that's 2 huge catches on this drive already on third down for Aaron Turner.
Yeah, it's eventually you credit the receivers in that situation. You know how lost to him and come back to him.
Connecticut has
the 4th quarter. And they got all the reason in the world to be excited.
Out of the fourth, Ed Cohen, Randy Cross, Josh Martin on the sideline, our CBS Sports Network crew. Brian Sealing and John Coleman leading the guys in the truck. As Pumachan over the middle, Marion escapes one tackle, gets a block, sidesteps, brought down. Late to the play, Solomon Byrd with the tackle, and Keelan Marion doing everything he can to get close to the first down marker.
Nice job, too, by Chase Lunt getting down the field, the big offensive tackle. Enough juking and missing.
Nate Carter with the carry. And enough to move the sticks.
The key for UConn here is do not make the mistakes. I mean, right now, both teams, one team's got 7 penalties in Wyoming. UConn's got 6. Don't add to that. Don't help stop yourself.
2 backs, Carter and Bruton. Pumachan in trouble and flips it out of trouble. Second down coming up. Tyler Pumachan. Randy, the true freshman, his second career game, started last week against Army. Lou Spano said he's not concerned if he plays more than the 4 games and can't redshirt. Feels this is the guy who gives them the best chance to score and get things going. And for the most part, he's done that again.
Yeah, this isn't a program in a position to be protecting players' eligibility. If they can help, and they can help now, you play them.
Turner in motion. Carter. Tripped up after breaking the tackle. Solomon Byrd with another key stop, but it's Carter with the burst and a first down.
How about this hurdle dead leg right here? Woo, I like that. That's a pretty move. Little hip swivel.
Kevin Sklercius on the boundary, and the Cowboys up to the task. Rome Weber, junior safety, with the stop, and Sklercius a little shaken up on the tackle.
Well, the Huskies up by 3 here. In position now to get at least 3 out of this drive now. Down to the 21-yard line.
Out of the shotgun. Indirect.
Going on with this offense. Frank Joffrey, the offensive coordinator and line coach, drawing up some good stuff. We talked about their new analyst, Noel Mazzone, who's just...
Carter, got to move him much.
Yeah, I mean, just because they're doing so many different things. Some of it's kind of running him away from plays at times with some of this motion. You're seeing, you know, a lot of motion from receivers, a lot of motion out of running backs.
Second and goal from the 6. Pumachan surveys end zone and incomplete. And a man on the run and could not connect with Elijah Jeffries.
There's Noel Mazzone talking to Lou Spanos, the interim head coach. We've actually seen a little bit of, you know, shotgun with a pistol look behind him. Something was kind of a trademark in the zone when he was at UCLA with Lou Spanos.
4 wide here. Now Turner in motion. Third and goal from the 6. Pumachan flushed and taken down. The sack, Rome Weber, as they bring the blitz. 4th down for Connecticut, and the field goal unit coming on.
That's about the 20th time they've brought blitz on Pumachan. It's the first time they've actually gotten to him. They've hit him some after the throw, but they finally got home.
Joe McFadden has hit from 28 and 29 yards already. His first career field goals. Backup quarterback Krajewski to hold. McFadden, good again. It's time from 35. And Connecticut, still a 1-score game, 16-10, early 4th with the lead.
This is a Wyoming team that has that knowledge. They know no matter how late in the game it gets, they have the ability to come back and beat you.
Wyoming's done it twice this year. Opening week in Montana State, and then against Northern Illinois. McFadden's kickoff taken. A tough spot by Titus Swen. Brings it out past the 20 and just shy of the 25-yard line. Coming up next, join CBS Sports Network in the studio. Our team of experts take you around the nation to break down the day's matchups. Get you ready for the nightcap as well. Catch Inside College Football on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Let's see what Wyoming has in the canister. Sean Chambers back out there. Man in motion is Cobbs. Hole opens. And a first down run for 12 yards. Xavier Valladay.
Did you see the size of that hole?
Parting of the sea.
That was gigantic. Right over the right side of that offensive line. I mean, between Crum and Harris, they split that defense wide open.
Frank Crum, the right tackle. Logan Harris, the guard. Both from Wyoming. From the 35, Alex Brown in motion. Chambers on the bootleg. Has his man and his top target, Aiden Eberhardt, with the catch out near the 45-yard line. Down to Josh Martin. Josh?
Ed, standing here on the Wyoming sideline, not a lot of excitement, but a sense of focus. You can just kind of feel it. They've clearly been in this position before, and they're in a position to, you know, come back and get into this game.
All right, Josh. It's been 25 years since the Cowboys began 4-0. Been down this entire game. 2nd and 1. Valladay. A cutback. Turns it the other way, and enough with the change of direction ready to get the first down.
See, when you're on a football team, we got plenty of time. It's not, you never panic because you know, in this case, you've got Sean Chambers, and you've got a guy that knows how to win late. You know, can they cash that chip?
Cardiac Cowboys, the nickname, after the first 2 weeks. And Valladay, such a huge reason why they're in this spot, drags the pile for a few more yards, and the march into Connecticut territory continues for Wyoming.
And so far, at least on this drive, the big difference has been those big boys up front for Wyoming. They've really done a nice job blocking. And they've got a running back in Valladay that you get him the first 4, even with contact, he's going to get you at least 2 or 3 after contact.
5-yard pickup. 46-yard line of Connecticut. Keep it on the ground. And there's the extension for a few more yards to move the sticks from Mr. Valladay. Hunter Webb with the stop.
Watch this area right here. Doesn't look like much, does it? Then suddenly something just pops because, well, frankly, the defenders are kind of occupied. The guys in the white jerseys are blocking them. And Valladay gets a chance to make that nice positive gain on first down.
Xavier Valladay, Randy, entered this game 7th in Wyoming history in total rushing yards. Has a really good shot to get to number 2 on the school's all-time list. No one's catching Brian Hill, at least not for a long, long time. Swen, the running back. Another first down run upended by Malik Dixon, and the ground game working to Wyoming's favor on this drive in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Obajay, the left guard, Keegan Kreider, the center. The highlights on that play, that was all inside. That was the left A gap. There was a huge dent.
What did Luspano say? Connecticut's coach, he's looking at this line, he said, they're really one person.
Well, they perform that way, and a good one will perform like that.
From the 27.
So far today, they haven't been a good one.
Stick to the ground, and why not? On first down, gain of 4.
You know, ball snapped, what, on the 27-yard line,
yep.
Right? Contact was made on the 25-yard line. ball is marked on the 23.5 yard. I mean, it's very consistent the way these running backs get those extra couple of yards once it looks like the blocking is gone.
Time-consuming drive as well. Under 7 minutes left. Chambers the fake and swatted down. Kevon Jones got there on the edge with the deflection to bring up 3rd and 7 for Wyoming.
That's not luck, folks. That is coaching. That's a young man put in a position where he has to make a play. He's taught how to make that play. And in a big spot, he does exactly what he's coached to do, and that's get off the ground, get his hands up.
Here Connecticut for a third. Brings it down just shy of the goal line. Bumped by Miles Bell, and a huge 3rd down conversion from Chambers to Everhart, and Bell is down.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
Wow, what a job by Everhart. Talk about some body control, getting up in the air and bringing that ball in.
Miles Bell, the sophomore from Plantation, Florida, had an interception earlier in this game that led to a score for Connecticut. As they attend to Bell, we'll take a timeout. Wyoming on the doorstep at the 1.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes when bringing home a new pet is everything. And we're here with everything to help you on that journey. Whether it's finding the perfect bed for a new friend or giving them something personal to welcome them to the family, we can even help you find the perfect treat or food that makes you both smile. Chewy's got toys, treats, prescriptions, all the things you need to celebrate your new friend, delivered right to your door. Get fast, free 1 to 2 day shipping. Visit Chewy.com today.
An electric guitar that hits all the right notes. Extraordinary. A coffee tea alarm clock that wakes up your senses. Unreal. A QR code that lets you explore and revel in a curated selection of the world's most unique and unexpected tech, fashion, home, and adventure items. Wondrous. Open your phone's camera, scan the code, and discover all that awaits you at touchofmodern.com.
At Finger Hut, we don't define you by your credit score. We celebrate you being you. So we offer low monthly payments on the stuff you need, things you love, and brands you trust. As you build your credit history with a Finger Hut credit account. If you're looking for the latest electronics, kitchen essentials, clothes, toys, and more, you'll find it all at Finger Hut. You do you, and we'll help build your credit at fingerhut.com.
Finger Hut credit accounts are issued by WebBank, member FDIC.
You may think every weather app is the same until you see WeatherBug over-deliver on so many layers. With more free map layers than any other weather app, WeatherBug warns you the moment lightning strikes near you, prepares you for your commute with road conditions, routes, and even cameras. With everything from pollen and air quality to severe storm risks, radar, and satellite coverage, WeatherBug prepares you for the unpredictable. Download the WeatherBug app, trusted by over 10 million users, today for free.
Just praying good thoughts on the UConn sideline for sophomore Miles Bell on the coverage on a terrific catch by Wyoming's Hayden Everhart, but both players came down. Everhart secures, and Randy, we're not going to show it, but Miles Bell suffered a serious right leg injury.
Yeah, lower leg injury, and really a shame for this UConn team to lose a young man like that that's really starting to play some pretty impactful football. We've knocked Sean Chambers a few times today for making the ball available, and you know, he made the one great touchdown pass and whatnot earlier, but I'll tell you what, that play right there in that spot, 3rd and 7, you know, inside of 7 minutes, and to get that ball down there in the spot that he got it into is pretty impressive. Everhart can make it coming down with the catch, but Bell was right there, and Everhart just came down onto Bell.
Miles Bell, 6 foot 180. Everhart 6'2", 195. And obviously thinking the best for Miles Bell as he's taken off here There's 6:40 left in the fourth quarter. And again, we didn't want to show the replay to those of you back at home.
And that was Eberhardt that came over and gave him the tap as he was being brought off the field in the cart.
9-play drive, 76 yards from the one. Wyoming into the end zone. Touchdown and a tie game. Xavier Valade, 4 games, a touchdown in each one. And no doubt, you go for the extra point, trying to break the tie.
Yep, 6.5 minutes to go here. Wyoming adds the extra point to take a 1-point lead. But look at the offensive lines. Got some of the defenders back into the end zone. Excellent job to finish that drive off. Now, can UConn out-cardiac the Cowboys?
Boylan, extra point, good. And still perfect. 15 of 15 on the year. Huskies back to work. College football on CBS Sports Network, presented by the Home Depot.
Football is a team sport, but it's not just the guys on the field, it's the unsung heroes who help us win throughout the season. They're tough and hardworking. For these professionals, Werner products are an essential part of it. They've worked their way to the top and stay there. Now's the time to find great deals on Werner products. Visit stepupwithwerner.com to learn more.
With FanDuel Fantasy, you can make your dream team a reality again and again. Make your pulse go up and down and up again when your team waits.
We're kicking off game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Pizza Hut's Detroit-style pizza is back. Same crispy crust, cheese all the way to the edge, and the sauce still on top. Okay, now I'm hungry. The Detroit-style pizza. Create your own or pick from 3 signature recipes. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Why does fitness have to look like this when it could be as simple as this? Introducing Mix Fitness, the most efficient at-home workouts available. Our science-backed technology uses your heart rate to customize every workout so you can maximize your results. Because this isn't real life, but Mix is. The best workout you can get in the time you have. Get started at mixfitness.com.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Werner. Step up your game with Werner Ladder. By Ford. Built Ford proud. And by Trico, the future of wipers since 1917. Visit TricoCatsAndDogs.com.
10-play drive for Wyoming under the skies of the Nutmeg State in Connecticut. And Sean Chambers and company punching it in. Valade with the 1-yard touchdown, and Wyoming with the 1-point lead with 6:31 left.
Yeah, it took until, right about 6:30 for that wake-up call to finally come for the Cowboys after that long flight back here to the East Coast. But it got in. That was the first drive of real Cowboy football we've seen.
Trip of over 1,900 miles for Wyoming. Here's Kieran Marion. Brings it out for Connecticut. Wedged and taken down. Great coverage downfield by the Cowboys. And UConn's going to start behind its 20-yard on special teams with the tackle, and Marion checking up for Connecticut.
Yeah, Connor Shea doing a nice job fighting off that block, avoiding the block because they had it set up. He just sort of
today.
Time for
dart, intercepted. Gandy with the pick. Isaias Gandy giving it back to Wyoming on the first.
And here.
Wyoming into this game +5 in turnover margin, one of the best marks in the country. Swen, UConn's defense.
Yeah, guys, you mentioned earlier, comment from Lou Spanos, they kind of function as one. Last drive and a half or so, they're functioning as one.
From the 14. 4-yard pickup. Valladay in the dive to the 10. And that young man, I mean, you go back to halftime at West Point last week. What these last 5+ quarters have been for UConn, he's made such a huge difference. But right now, needs some help. Hope it could stay at least within a 1-score game. Coming up on 5 minutes left, a 2nd and 7. Wyoming at the UConn 11. Titus Swen spinning. And a number of Huskies there to stand him up, but with that little push to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, when you're playing a team that, you know, really you shouldn't beat, but you are beating them, and then they start coming back on you, it's usually not just all them. You usually help them a little bit. You had the penalty, the personal foul, that helped that one drive. You have in this drive suddenly the tackling, kind of dicey at times. So in a little ways, you're sort of helping the Cowboys if you're UConn.
Randy, a 3rd and 1. Stay on the ground. First down, Valladay. And now a 1st and goal from inside the 5. And that line, this Wyoming run game, really making a huge impact in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, it was a heck of a cut on that play too, because Jackson Mitchell was over the line of scrimmage. He was in the backfield. One quick cut and he didn't have anything to tackle.
Interchanging now. Mitchell for Connecticut.
3 tight ends, 1 back.
For the 2 and a 1st and goal. Swen, cut back, standing up, touchdown. And the Cardiac Cowboys extending the lead with under 4 minutes left out east in Connecticut.
So the interception is turned right around for a touchdown. This is what leads to this. Gandy gets this ball, sets the offense up in good position, and then Valladay and the offense just pound and ground and pound their way to a touchdown.
Took 2 minutes 43 seconds, and John Hoyland adding the extra point. Give it back to the freshman, down by 8. Another score for the Cowboys.
Oh, sister of mine, I got you this. The new iPhone 13 Pro. It's on Verizon 5G. I can't believe you got me this. Yes, Verizon is giving one to everyone when they trade in their older damaged phone.
Oh, so like every sister can get this?
Yeah.
Every aluminum siding installer?
Why not? Every jeweler. They would have to. Every customer, new and old, can get iPhone 13 Pro on us. Because everyone deserves better. Everyone, horse trainers,
manicurists.
You get the new iPhone. We're alone.
I know.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
If it looks like an F-150, tows like an F-150, hauls like an F-150, thinks like an F-150, and powers like an F-150, it must be an F-150 hybrid. The 2021 F-150 Power Boost Hybrid with 570 pound-feet of torque and 12,700 pounds of max available towing.
Okay, I'm up. 5 more minutes.
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Old Trapper Beefs. Fake protein.
Can we take a protein break? Check it. I got my beans, my bars, my goos, my clumps. I think Goop was a bad choice.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
At Chewy, we know walks are made better with our furry friends, and we're here to make those walks easy. From tasty treats on the go to toys that keep them moving. Get everything they need, even prescriptions, delivered right to your door. Get fast, free 1 to 2 day shipping. Visit Chewy.com today.
Protect your pet this flea and tick season with Chewy. Find everything from flea collars and sprays to prescriptions that keep pests away. Chewy has what you need to keep tails wagging and pets itch-free all season long. Shop pet prescriptions and more at Chewy.com today.
Connecticut led the entire game into the 4th quarter, but Wyoming seizing the lead, adding to it. 24-16 advantage. Our Geico difference makers, Valladay on the ground especially, eclipsing 100 today for Wyoming.
Yeah, especially in this second half, this running game really asserted itself, and the difference maker for UConn, both ways, has been, Fomachan. He just, Pumachan, he has made the plays, and on that last interception kind of gave the impetus to the other guys, but that's part of the learning process you have to go through with a young quarterback.
Isaiah Scandy with the pick. Pumachan mistake-free. Chambers on the other side, 2 interceptions for Wyoming. But the Huskies will get it back. They have 3 timeouts.
The math still works.
Yes. 3:34 to go. And the ball coming off the tee before Hoyland can. Wyoming team.
Oh, but a wake-up call nonetheless for the Cowboys.
Marion was shaken up on the last return, so Aaron Turner brings this one out. Turner fighting all the way out to the 36-yard line. So Pumachan and the UConn defense down by 8 take the field once again. 3rd different starting quarterback for Connecticut, and now his 2nd straight after the loss last week at Army.
A little bit more where the ball does and doesn't belong, but you give him protection, he can make teams pay.
First down handoff, Carter into Wyoming territory and down to the 47-yard line. A little lightning out of the bottle from the freshman from the Rochester area, upstate New York. Blankenbaker tracked him down for Wyoming. 1st and 10 from the 47. Stick with Carter. Tripped up. C.J. Colden, number 21 for Wyoming. A couple of yards for Carter. Clock running. Coming up on 3 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, 3 minutes, inside of 3 minutes now. You've got 3 down.
Pumachan, crossing route. And Turner's made some really big catches since halftime. Allen going across the middle. Brings him to the 40-yard line. A 5-yard pickup, and now 3rd down and 3.
And a pretty smart little play by Turner, too, catching that ball, and it looked like his instinct was.
4 now for Connecticut. 4 wide. Pumachan. There goes the freshman, looking off the hands.
And the linebackers were blitzing. The problem with drop passes rears its head at a very bad time.
4th down. Wyoming has not surrendered a 4th down completion so far this season. Opponents 0 for 6. Flags everywhere.
A quick quiver might be a little jump on the Huskies.
Ball start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. It's still 4th down.
Ryan. That was a real quiver.
Yeah, I mean, 4 yards or 9 yards. It's all
away from Marion, but a penalty. C.J. Colden climbing the back. Flag coming in late. A huge break
for the Huskies.
From the 42. Pumachan felt the pressure inside the 40-yard line. Clock ticking, near 2 minutes left. Hey, when you haven't won in 700 days, you take as many lives as you can. Game 3, 2nd and 7. 4-receiver look. Pumachan kept the play alive.
Make sure you keep.
Schman steps up, weaves, looking, cut it back. He's got the 1st down inside the 30. Pumachan making things happen with a minute and change to go.
What a great sense of kind of time and space this young man has. He gets outside.
For the 28, 1st and 10. Pumachan, a dart into double coverage, incredibly dangerous and nearly picked off Jay Rose, the intended receiver. Blankenbaker was right there.
There were 4 Cowboy defenders right there and only 1 UConn receiver. Got away with 1 there.
Randy, 47 seconds.
Plenty of time.
Trips, left slot. Pumachan has time, slings it, end zone, through the hands, incomplete. Gandy
choose to go.
Gill in motion for Connecticut for the 28. Pumachan airmails it, almost in behind the receiver, but a flag.
Defense number 20.
Watch the very end. I mean, it's holding. It's pass interference. There's what you would call.
All right, 36 seconds. 1st and 10 right now for Connecticut, so they get life twice on this final drive. And that timeout leaves UConn with 2 remaining.
And for the first time this year, the cardiac. And Craig, boy, he's kind of.
Randy, 2 timeouts left. If you're UConn, to what extent are you putting this in the freshman quarterback's hands and saying, go make a play?
Well, it's been in his hands the last 59 minutes and 24 seconds, so you might as well let him finish it. I mean, the number 1 thing is protect Pumachan. Protect him. Keep him upright. As long as he's upright, he's got a chance to make a play.
Quick throw, end zone, almost intercepted. Intended for Marion and Hearn, who moments ago was called for the pass interference penalty, nearly with the INT.
Wow, that's part of you as a DB wants to knock it down. The part of you as a receiver wants to catch it. The DB won. He knocked it down.
Hearn, the former walk-on at Arizona.
Credit Keelan Marion a little bit too, because he was had a little bit of hold of one of those arms for a little bit.
Gill in motion here. 2nd and 10 from the Wyoming 13. Pumachan. End zone again. Knocked down again. Incomplete. Intended for Gill. Yeah, broken up by Keontae Glinton.
Nice non-call. You know, you get a lot of contact like that. Sometimes officials get involved. He wasn't early. They're both playing the ball. That was an excellent no penalty on that play. Just good defense. At one point, both those guys were playing defense.
3rd and 10 now. 4 wide. Pumachan. Deflected. Turner, did he get there? Yes, at the 8-yard line. Now UConn with 2 timeouts remaining.
Not anymore.
Timeout. UConn, their 2nd of the half. It would be 30 seconds.
18 seconds left here for a 4th down and 5. But obviously, in a very precarious spot, you've got to get in down by 8.
This passing game has lived and died on the outside of the field. You know, at one point, do you have to go back into the middle? Try to do a little business inside.
Thank you.
Just a matter with, you know, between the routes and the receivers, it's what the young quarterback, Tyler Pumachan, is the most comfortable with. So upstairs, Mike Moisinko, who's calling the plays, helping out Frank Joffrey, the offensive coordinator. You know, what is he going to come up against this defense of Craig Bowles? Is he going to stay on the outside? Is he going to make the receiver try to make a play? Or do you cross things up and get into the middle of the field?
Here we go.
Crossing pattern sure makes a lot of sense here, especially in the middle.
4th down for the game. Turner in motion. Again, if they get to the 3, get the 1st down. Nate Carter in the backfield.
Still got a timeout.
Pumachan. End zone for Turner. Knocked away. Flag again. He was bumped before the ball got there.
Pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense number 8. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Rome Weber, the 3rd. There was no doubt.
No doubt at all. Well early. But pick your poison from his standpoint. Are you better running through the guy and putting the ball on the 2? Man, I don't care how this game ends. If you're not impressed with Tyler Pumachan and what he can do.
Through the hands of Brandon Nemensky and incomplete. Now 8 seconds, you have 1 timeout.
Has a wide open receiver. Throws the ball maybe a little high. Just the teat, so accuracy became an issue.
2nd and goal. Flip it. Carter turns the corner.
Pass. Beautiful play call by Lou Spanos and his staff.
16 plays for 62 yards and the help of 3 pass interference calls.
So now this is your favorite play. Your favorite 2-point play, your favorite goal line play.
Charge timeout. Wyoming, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
And Wyoming sees the formation, sees the possibilities, immediately calls a timeout. Smart play by Craig Bowl and his staff. Sort of the last couple of moves here at the end of the chessboard.
I mean, who thought we'd be here? 4 seconds to go, 2-point game. And if you're Wyoming, listen, get to 4-0 for the first time in 25 years. Doesn't matter how you do it, you get the stop. If you're UConn, you waited a long time for a game like this in what's been a crazy difficult season.
Yeah, this one will pay dividends down the road for Lou Spanos and this Connecticut team. No matter what happens past 2021, this game will pay dividends as this year goes on. Now they know they can come back. Now they know they can do it late. And they certainly know that young man can do it.
The freshman quarterback from not too far away in Stratford, Connecticut.
Wyoming, their second.
Each team with 1 remaining now. Lou Spanos, who was the defensive coordinator, arrived in stores in 2019. Randy Edsall announcing he'd retire after 2nd game of the year, lost to Holy Cross. Day later, Labor Day, they part ways. This man gets the chance to lead the Huskies, and he said, I want to make this season about the players. I want them to enjoy this, the final 10 weeks of the season. Right now he's trying to tie a game. 24-22. UConn trailing Wyoming.
Well, we've heard it a few times from Josh down on the sideline. I guarantee you that's a sideline of an 0-4 team where every single Husky player is involved. They're all up. They're all screaming.
Let's see what that favorite play is for the 2-point conversion. 4 seconds left. Turner in motion. Pumachan. Turner broken up, incomplete. What a play by Wyoming in the backfield. Isaiah Gandy with the late 4th quarter pick and the breakup on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that quick motion back, gonna throw that little flip right back out to the motion receiver. And Gandy gets up. I mentioned earlier, this stuff doesn't happen by mistake. Plays like that are a great testament to excellent coaching. Comes in a different direction.
Craig Bowl with defensive coordinator Jay Sawville. Cowboys find a way. A critical possession. Yeah, give credit where credit's due. Rome Weber was the one who got a piece of it before their Mountain West opener. It's coming up October 9th at Air Force. Huskies try the onside kick to no avail.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty will be added to the...
Pretty tough football in the fourth quarter, ending this game with 204 yards rushing.
Wow.
Didn't see that one come in the first quarter or so because that offensive line was not playing very well. The backs had nowhere to run, but man, did they have somewhere to go in the second half. Because they had about 130 of that in the second half.
That is the end of the game.
Well, kind of game you certainly can build on in what has been a season of so much disappointment for Connecticut. But Craig Bowles' Wyoming Cowboys are 4-0 for the first time since 1996. And 3 of those 4 wins, winning touchdown final minute against FCS Montana State. You give up a huge lead, a 26-point lead against Northern Illinois, come back to win that game in the final 2 minutes, and then you get the stop for a 2-point conversion that would have tied the game.
A lot of stuff to work on. A great little play there at the end, knocking that ball down. And there's nothing that feels worse than almost. And almost in football just equals L.
And for UConn, 0-5. But their best effort, bar none. Cowboys come 1,900 miles from Laramie, and they win it 24-22. So for Andy Cross, Josh Martin, our entire crew led by Ryan Sealing and John Coleman, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Cowboys get the bye week. Be 4-0 entering the Mountain West schedule. Let's send it back. Our New York studios for Inside College Football.